Good afternoon, this is Bob Iaccino coming to you from the CME Group trading floor in Chicago, talking currency futures. I want to talk about the euro today, which was up 1%. The euro sell-off slows for the second week in a row. Last week we had an up week in the euro. This week we didn't quite have an up week. However, we were only 6 cents off of unchanged, being around 117.35. So essentially it's a flat week in the euro, which is about the best you can say for the euro lately, as it's been in a big sell-off mode for, say, the last 15 to 20 sessions. Today coming back a little bit and being up was a good thing, and again finishing the week virtually flat wasn't bad either. So we'll call the sell-off slowed but not over at this point. We had weak dollar action today, the euro being the biggest component in the dollar index. Interesting, because the dollar index actually finished the week up slightly but finished the day down a little bit, well, close to about 0.5%. U.S. data is what pushed the dollar lower. We got PCE inflation right around where the Fed wants it, slightly higher year over year, as expected month over month, and consumer spending fell a little bit. So that kind of helped weaken the dollar. We also see continued flattening of the yield curve. We're at about a 5-week low in the 2s to 10 spread at 32 basis points, giving people the idea that the Fed may have to back off a little bit. So that's weakening the dollar, giving a little bit of a boost to the euro behind the actual strength we saw in the EU data earlier in the week itself. We also had an immigration agreement, which was good on the one hand. Tougher immigration deal was agreed to by about a dozen countries, roughly a dozen countries, led by Angela Merkel, who's trying to keep control of her coalition and stay in her leadership role in Germany, as well as the anti-immigrant government that just took over in Italy. And then Emmanuel Macron brokered a deal between those two countries and some of the more moderate countries. It is a tougher immigration stance. Now, why is that good for the euro? Well, it gives sort of continuity in Germany, which is the strongest country in the EU bloc, and that means investment could come into Germany without any worries about who's going to be in charge. Angela Merkel should still be able to hold on to power based on this immigration deal. So some very sort of quiet things in the background pushing the euro up. Mostly it was the weaker overall production by the dollar and the yields in the U.S., but some underlying current strengthening the euro, slowing the sell-off that it has been in. This is Bob Iaccino talking euro currency futures from the CME Group trading floor in Chicago.